What is up, everybody? This is Matthew Ogle with VYPE Media. Very special guest here with me, Coach Craig Able from Coppell, the girls soccer program, having another tremendous season. Right now, they're 21-2-3, getting ready to contend for the 6A-D1 state championship. So tell me, Coach, what would you say? You said this is your third year as the head coach. What would you say has been your focal point that you've tried to build up this program that is translated onto the pitch to have such success?
Yeah, I think for us, it's super simple, but our kind of slogan for this year has been like, we are enough and you are enough. So there's nothing else needed. There's no gimmicks. We don't need anything else to happen. We don't need to rely on other teams or other players, but like you as an individual are enough. We as a team are enough to overcome any obstacle, any adversity we face. So that's kind of been our mantra and who we're trying to be about. And just really focused on what we do well and doing what we do well and not getting so caught up in all the other great teams within the state and the Metroplex that we face.
Yeah, I feel like with the new playoff structure, it really got y'all introduced to the better teams a lot sooner. Because obviously there's one less game you have to play, but playing teams like Keller in round 3, like that's a tough one to go. You'll have Lake Highlands, that was an overtime one that y'all had a really good matchup against. Now y'all most recently took out the Woodlands. I live in Kingwood, I'm from Texas, so there's so many good teams in our area. Dallas kind of beat us up this weekend, and y'all won against the Woodlands 3-0. This marks the 4th appearance that your program has ever been to the state tournament. And y'all are after your 3rd ever championship, last one being in 2015. So as y'all prepare for Lake Travis this upcoming Saturday, what would you say is the mindset or the game plan, so to speak?
Yeah, again, I think for us, the most basic game plan is we just want to perfect what we do, and we want to make other teams try to play to our tempo. We're a possession-based team. We like to control the ball. We like to control the tempo of the game. So we want to make sure we continue to do that. Lake Travis is a fantastic team. They've had a fantastic year. They're 21-1-1. We were fortunate to play them earlier in the year and be that one loss for them. So again, for us, we got to make sure that we don't overlook it, that we make sure we stay prepared mentally and physically. And for us, we know, like Region 1, we know the talent within just our own district, let alone the region. I think we are blessed to compete in probably the toughest district in the states with us, Marcus, Flower Mound, Geyer, Hebron, all battling for playoff spots there. It's a tremendous district. Then you get into the region, and like you said, teams like Keller, Lake Highlands, trying to take down those kinds of teams. Flower Mound again within our own district. So for us, we just try to stay focused on who we are and what we do well, because we know there's so many amazing teams, including Lake Travis. And so instead of dwelling on, okay, what do they do well? Well, how do we make them adjust to us? And how do we make them adjust their style of play to our style?
You are kidding. Now that you mention it, yeah, you did play Flower Mound in the state semis, and then Flower Mound Marcus is in 6A-D2. Man, that's kind of sucked playing them at that level of competition throughout. Granted, it might be really helpful. You're battle tested it whenever you reach this stage, but I can imagine as a coach, you're just like, can I get a break throughout the district?
Yeah, not a lot of nights you can sleep easy.
So, have you always been a girls coach, or is that somewhat new for you?
This is my 4th year on the girls' side. I spent some time at Flower Mound Marcus on the guys' side, was at Coppell on the guys' side as well, doing football and soccer. So this is my 4th year on the girls' side.
Has there been any difference that you notice in terms of approach whenever it comes to kind of motivating them or keeping them in line? Is there a difference in terms of style?
I think really for the most part, kids want to be treated with respect. They want to know you care. They want to know they're valued, and they want to know that their value isn't determined based on any product they produce on the field. So I think for us and our coaching staff, we try to focus on not being transactional in our relationship. So not making it a relationship based on, well, because you do X, Y, Z, I'll give you X, Y, Z in return, but instead focusing more on being a transformative and trying to dive into who they are as a person, what makes them tick, how do they like to be coached, how do they like to be pushed. So I think ultimately, like, every kid wants to feel respected. They want to feel valued. And that's the goal of our program. And that's the goal of our coaching staff that we try to bring to every day.
Awesome. I mean, I think that really, like you said, it probably applies across the board how every student wants to be treated. Speaking of students, you do have a pretty deep senior class right now for this group. A lot of commits, as I noticed. I mean, beginning with Reagan Robertson, your senior forward. She's still committed to Dallas Baptist, if I'm not mistaken, right? She leads the team in goals. You got Monica Morales, a WashU commit, Nirali Kabadia. Once again, sorry if I butchered that name. Rice commit. Talk about how these girls have gelled and progressed throughout the years that you've been able to coach them, and now they're getting ready to move on to the college stage.
Yeah, I think there's been a ton of growth. And what's great is there's so many of them that have been together for so long. And so those relationships and that trust is just kind of built over time. Again, you've got Reagan and Monica, and then Summer Chin going to Gonzaga. And then Veronica Orzalet going to play at Central Lancashire in England. So those girls all doing their job and doing what they're supposed to do. Jordan Cligg going to Emporia State. Those girls have all been on varsity since their freshman year, so they've had that ability to gel, grow together. This is their third year with Nirali, and again, she's just a fantastic player. It's a lot of fun to watch for anybody that gets to see them. So yeah, I think it's been fun to watch them grow as a team, but also individually. Watch them kind of learn to trust themselves more, believe in themselves more, and take away any self-doubt, but believe that they can accomplish anything that they set their mind to. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to coach, and it makes my job really easy. We got 9 out of 10 seniors going to play at the next level, and the one that's not going to play is a 3-year starter. So it's more where she fits academically than it is ability or anything of that sort. So it's a fantastic senior class that we're hoping to end in the best foot.
I'm sure, like as you said, it probably takes a lot off of your plate if they already have that chemistry established and you don't have to rely solely on your voice that makes the impact on the field. Anyways, like you said, y'all played Lake Travis early on this season, handed them their only loss of the year, so y'all are both familiar on both sides. So it's going to be a really interesting one to watch. I'm going to be there with my videographer, Alex. We're going to be doing some coverage there for y'all. Definitely excited about this matchup. Should be very interesting to cap off a great season for both girls' sides. Anyways, thank you so much for your time, Coach, and wishing you the best of luck out of the Dallas area. You'll have a safe trip there.
Thank you so much. You as well. We'll see you there on Saturday.
All righty. All right, this has been Matt Ogle with Craig Able. This has been the VYPE Coaches Corner. We will see y'all in Georgetown later this week.